From shrines to churches, the erasure of African spiritual identity. Once upon a time, in a small village tucked beneath the arms of an ancient forest, the people rose with the sun and prayed to the rhythm of the earth. Their gods lived in trees, in rivers, in stones, and in the whispers of the wind. The shrine stood in the center of the village, not just as a place of worship, but as a heartbeat of culture, a keeper of memory, and a vessel of identity. In that shrine, generations poured libations, told stories of ancestors, and found healing in sacred herbs and chants passed down from mouth to ear, soul to soul. But one morning, men with pale skin arrived. They came not with swords, but with crosses. They told the villagers that their gods were demons, that their ways were primitive, and that the shrine was a place of darkness. They brought books, wore robes, and preached of a new God who lived in the sky, a God who did not speak their tongue or honor their customs. They burned the shrine. Smoke carried centuries of worship into the sky as elders wept in silence. Drums were silenced, chants forgotten, and the sacred grove turned into a school. Children were taught to mock the gods of their fathers and to kneel before stained glass and wooden pews. What was once sacred became shameful. The people no longer danced barefoot on sacred soil, they now feared the spirits of their land. The gods that lived in rivers were no longer visited. The ancestors became evil. And slowly, Africa began to forget herself. Churches rose where shrines once stood, not organically, but forcefully. Not through revelation, but colonization. Priests replaced spiritual healers. Confession booths replaced the fire circle. Hymns replaced ancestral chants. Our spiritual names were changed to names that could be pronounced in England. Our language was called backward. Our beliefs erased. But what they didn't understand was that faith had already lived here. Long before ships touched our shores. Long before the Bible was translated. We had faith. We had structure. We had gods. We had meaning. Now, many of us pray with closed eyes to a heaven painted by foreigners, while the gods of our land wait silently beneath the trees, forgotten, erased, but still present. This is not a story of rejecting faith. It is a story of remembering. Remember that spirituality is not born in a book, but in breath. Remember that the spirits of our ancestors are not dead, they were buried under concrete and sermons. Remember that erasure began not with blood, but with doctrine. Not just with chains, but with scripture used as a sword. It is time to remember who we are. Not to tear down churches, but to lift up the shrines within us. To find balance. To reclaim memory. Because a people without spiritual memory are easily controlled. Africa, your gods are still waiting. In the wind. In the trees. In you.